cameras is he's standing all this time going, God, is my hair
Brilliant, thank you. Welcome everyone to the meeting of the Cabinet of North East Derbyshire District Council. It's the 12th of November 2020. It's 4:30 and we're ready to start. So firstly, if we can have apologies for absence. I've had them received from Councillor Foster and Councillor Kenyon. I don't believe there are any others.
None received, Chair.
Right, brilliant. Thanks, Alan. Okay.
Chair, could I mention Lee Hickin?
Oh yeah, okay. Yeah, thanks, Matt. Yeah, Lee Hickin as well then from the opposite side. Okay. Minutes of the last meeting. Have we all had a chance to review those? And if so, can we confirm them as a true and accurate record? Have a proposer? Alan, seconded by Paul. All those in favour? Brilliant. Thank you very much.
Is that for the minutes of the 8th of October and the 29th of October, Chair?
Oh yes. Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, I'm assuming we're all happy with both. Yeah. Yeah. Sorry, I didn't spot that.
Okay.
Brilliant. Thank you. And then we come to the first paper, which is the presentation of the outcomes for funding for the voluntary and community organisations for the past financial year. So I'll hand over to you, Councillor Powell, to introduce this one.
Thank you, Chair. This is a report we've seen before. We did ask for some amendments to it, and those amendments have been made. The first one was that we make clear that this was the figures referred to were from the previous administration, and that is referred to in 1.6. And we also made it clear that each of the organisations provided their own evidence, which is what is actually written in the report. Apart from that, Chair, there are no differences whatsoever. Those amendments have been made, and I therefore recommend that we receive this report.
Okay. Yeah. Happy to second that. And obviously, it's only a report for. I think it is only being noted, so it probably doesn't require a vote, I'm assuming. Yeah. Okay. Thank you for that. We'll move on to the next paper, which is the empty property strategy. So back over to you, Councillor Powell.
Thank you. The report provides the Cabinet with details of the proposed empty property strategy. It's a document that we have seen before, but again, we requested some amendments to it. Those were principally to up the number of long-term properties that we should aim to bring into use. So those figures have been upped by 50%. I think that is achievable. It's gone from 10 to 15 if you want the actual numbers. That's referred to in 6.2. I think it is achievable, and I hope we will certainly do it. The other element that we wanted looking at and amending and including in the report was that we should explore the council tax premium, which this council has never done before. If you remember, we noted that there were some upsides and downsides and that we needed more data. The report says that we are going to look at that data and come back with a recommendation at some point in the future. So those are the only changes to the document that have already been seen by Cabinet members, and therefore I commend it to you.
Okay, thanks, Alan. Yeah, I think the pleased to see an increase in the target on what was originally proposed. It's an ambitious target, but I think we should absolutely aim to achieve that, because it is important that we bring empty properties back into use. I think the issue around council tax is an important one. Obviously, none of us would want to increase council taxes for residents or property owners unnecessarily, but we do have a duty to and an obligation to ensure that we don't sit with large numbers of empty properties over long periods of time. So I think it's important that we do investigate what balance to strike with that. So would look forward to seeing some more information and a suggestion in the future on that. Councillor Powell's proposed. I'm happy to second. Are there any other comments before we move to the vote? No. Okay, all those in favour? Thank you. Okay, that's carried. And then we move on to the single equality scheme. So Councillor Foster's not able to be with us today, so I'll hand over to Kath Drury, who's going to give us a bit of a summary of this report.
Okay, thank you. So as noted in the report then, this is the first review of the single equality scheme that runs from 2019 to 2023. The scheme provides a framework for implementing the council's obligations with regard to the general and specific equality duties. And the council, in addition to that, set 4 objectives that run through the scheme. So at Appendix 1, you can see a range of evidence and all the good works that the council have been doing. So all sorts of information there, from safeguarding, training and guidance, access and support. We've strengthened the area around apprenticeships, which was based on some of the feedback from informal cabinet. So there's now a very good update on apprenticeships, and we've also covered in there the local offer for children in care and care leavers. So we've made it more comprehensive there. But as the appendix shows, there's plenty of things that the council have been doing under the objectives and the public sector duties. So I think there's a lot of good things in there, and obviously things that we can build on going forward, and that also are captured in the council plan. So I'm sure there'll be future things to develop in the coming years as well.
Brilliant. Thanks, Kath. I'm happy to move this paper. It is really pleasing to see there's quite a lot of achievements there in terms of our duties under the single equality scheme. You know, lots of work still ongoing in terms of BSL and the deaf community. Obviously, very pleased to see the work around that we've been doing around children in care and care leavers, as well as a variety of other things like the older people strategy and the Armed Forces Covenant. I think is mentioned in there somewhere. It is, yeah. So, yeah, I'm very happy to propose this that we accept it. Seconded by Councillor Rennick. Thank you. And then all those in favour. Brilliant. That's carried. Thank you very much. And then we get back to the agenda. We move to any urgent items. There are none from me. And then in terms of exclusion of the press and public, I will move that the public be excluded from the meeting during the discussion of the following items of business to avoid the disclosure to them of exempt information as defined in Part 1 of Schedule 12A of the Local Government Act 1972. So thank you very much for joining us, and hope you found it useful.